Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
And I'm Katharine Heller.
Katharine Heller, welcome to
Oh,
Charlotte.
it is so good to be in Charlotte and back in New York. As you know, I've been traveling, so
We're going to get to this,
oh,
but
we will.
Katharine has saw Oasis, one of understood to be one of the greatest bands of all time. No exaggeration. I was hearing an interview with Metallica, and them of all people are like, we love Oasis, and they're so clever and smart. The music is so good. That kind of surprised me, but of course, who doesn't love Oasis? The music,
Yes, and if you don't love Oasis, that's fine. Don't go to the concert. More for me. Do you know
right?
when like you're at a party and you bring like maybe like a gummy or two,
Yeah,
and then you want to like give it to someone you're just chatting with, and they're like, "Oh, I don't do gummies," and you're like, "Thank God, more for me."
good.
So
Yeah,
like, if you don't like Oasis, don't go. If you love Oasis, go. All I can say is it was one of the best nights of my life, which is saying a lot,
right.
thankfully. And they put on such a great, positive, loving energy show. And I think we
Oasis of all
all,
people, right?
of all people, Liam Gallagher, who got arrested on an airplane once for throwing a scone at a flight attendant, it
Right.
was full on, just nothing but love and acceptance and joy. And put it this way, I was leaving, leaving the airport by myself because I went by myself, but I met a friend there for the concert,
Okay.
right? And a woman about my age, also just as good looking, was also waiting for zone six, as you do, because we don't
Right.
have money. And it was really hot in the airport. We're like, yeah, it's hot in here. And I was like, oh, wait, did you see Oasis? Because I saw she had a hat on. And she goes, oh, yeah. And she's American. And I was like, what'd you think? And she goes, honestly. And I was like, oh, no, did she not like it? And she goes,
Right.
honestly. And we're total strangers. She goes, I can never see another concert ever again after that. That was the best
Wow.
magical experience. I was like, every single person, whether you love Oasis or don't, they, from the second you walk into the bouncers, and maybe it's different in Scotland because they don't have guns, it was positive energy. It was like, welcome to the
Oh.
show. Great. Where's your tickets? All right, lass, enjoy the show. There's the ladies' room. It was like even the bouncers were friendly and they look at your bag and they're like, spot on, you're great. And it started at the door.
They give you like a water bottle. You know what I mean?
Basically, yeah. And then they were like, "Do you need an extra time? Do you want to go down to?" And they were like, "If you want to go into the front row and the downstairs, I'll stop doing the accent. I apologize." But that was the
It sounds good to
energy.
me.
That was the energy when you just walked in, and they started. I don't want to give too much away if you're seeing them live, but they started with basically a group hug from the audience of like getting to know the stranger next to you and
Wow.
accepting and hugging, and there
I
was a lot
picture
of
like
hugging.
two people, they catch two people in the crowd fighting. They're like, hey, mate, if we're not fighting up here ourselves,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
what's your problem?
And the
Yeah.
opening acts were brilliant. Richard Ashcroft from The Verve was one of the openers. They all sounded great. And honestly, it was so well produced. Had really good seats. Not to brag, but yeah, sure, fine. But
Nice.
the visuals they did during the concert of taking like close-ups of the audience and then going back up and people who weren't close enough to see
Oh
them.
no, any CEO fucking HR
No,
debacles?
I wish there was a kiss cam because we were all kissing each other. So yeah, a random 20-year-old kissed me the other night and I was like, what?
Okay.
But anyway, not consensually, but I was like, he's like, welcome to Edinburgh. Don't worry, it's okay. I'm gay. And kissed me on the lips. And I was like, okay. But the point is, Oasis really brought a kind of love. I could go on all day. I'm like, I sound like Carrie Gravison talking about the eclipse.
Right.
The only difference, and I texted this to you, is that the concert was longer than the
Right.
eclipse.
Just a little
But
cheaper though, was the
yeah,
eclipse.
maybe. I don't know. It was so well done. The brothers, I know that everyone's like, oh, they're fighting this and that, and they're drunk all the time.
Right.
This concert was just so well produced, but they sounded amazing. The audio, and you'd appreciate this, Keith,
Sure.
because in like concert stadium, we were like in a rugby stadium that was
Right.
outdoors. The audio was brilliant. And as an audio producer myself, I'm really anal about that stuff. You
Right.
could hear every single word. This and that wasn't too loud. The drums were. It was just so well produced.
Excellent.
I know. I'm sorry on a comedy show. I'm nerding out, but if you're seeing Oasis,
I, we're gonna talk more about it. I'm happy for you. Did
thank
you
you.
now
I'm happy.
you had the extra ticket or tickets? Did you play your friends against each other? Who does get the honor?
Not at all. I just said, I'm seeing Oasis. I got a +1. If you are an Oasis fan, great. If not, I'm reselling it because I do not want to sit next to a person who doesn't know Oasis
Right.
and is like trying to talk to me during the concert. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I knew
Yeah.
the lyrics. Everyone in the audience knew the lyrics to
Right.
all of the songs. And I love my friends, and I did offer it, and I got one taker, and last minute he had to cancel. And that by that I mean like 2 months ago.
Okay.
And another friend was like, "Oh, I might be there. Can I come with you?" And I was like, "No, you cannot come with me unless you're an Oasis fan because I don't want
Right.
to be next to someone. Like you're a better chance of selling back a ticket to an actual fan and meeting a new friend than you are going with a friend who doesn't know Oasis.
Agreed.
The person I
Agreed.
went with is a Scottish person who I've known for years, and he is actually living in New York, but he flew immediately out and was like, I'm in, wore a kilt, knew all the words to all the songs as I
Yeah.
did. It
Yeah,
was
you don't
just,
need them playing Supernova, Wonderwall, and then your fake friend is like,
so
this
how's
one's
your
a
love
goodie.
life?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
right.
I remember this from that movie. Shut the
Right.
fuck up. I'm listening and I'm singing along. I'll send you videos later, Keith, just so you can see the experience.
Well,
But
that's like say you might as well send me the eclipse in picture form. But I am very happy for you. Do could I ask you the price of a ticket?
for me, I spent 450 American
Wow.
dollars for a
Okay.
really good seat on Ticketmaster. Oh, and pro tip, if people are looking for extra tickets, they will not sell the tickets back to, they will not accept people who bought them from StubHub. They will
Right.
only accept Ticketmaster resales, and they had an 8 ticket, mandatory rule at most,
Right.
max. And if you wanted to resell your tickets, you could do so 3 days before the event, but only to Ticketmaster. So if you're looking forward to going, do a refresh for all the people who thought they could sell them on StubHub and couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah. And it
Okay.
was worth every fucking penny.
Is it? I never know when things are priced, whatever they are. It's
Mm.
always a surprise to me. Like I just bought like one a turkey baster, and
Mm.
they're like
Are you
89
trying to get
cents.
pregnant?
Right, 89 cents, and I'm like, if you charge $30, I'd be like, yeah, sure, I can't make one. Like
Mhm.
prices. So I went to the hardware store today, and first of all, I go into the hardware store and I'm like, hi, I'm not a real man. Where are the screws and how to, and can you walk me through everything? And, they have to do it. And I haven't been to a hardware store in so long. And, I'm like, I need a washer, nut. And then I start giggling like, these are weird names for things, right? Washers,
Have you ever
nuts.
seen
Oh,
her ball cock for the
right. Yeah.
yeah, for the
Yeah. The
toilet,
cock
ball
and
cock.
ball. I need a penis this long. A what? Like this thing. Oh, that's called a screw. Oh, it's called a screw.
Double-ended dildo? Oh, that's a plunger.
Right. Do you have fuckers? What? Oh, drywall anchor. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, they're over here. Okay. I you know what? So I call TaskRabbit for like everything. And I there should be a way that like if my girlfriend's around and I call TaskRabbit, you pay a little extra, she wouldn't know this, but I pay a little extra and they act like it's the hardest job possible.
That's a great
Wouldn't
idea.
that be cool? Like they're on the phone talking to a fake person on the other end on speaker. It's like, oh man, this is everybody knows not one person can do this. We're gonna need the whole team on that. Can you walk me through it? It's a 7:30 ace bracket adjacent, and it's a double. I can't even make up words, and it's a double overture over here. Yeah, that's a hard one. I know I couldn't do it myself, and I've been in the business 87 years, Bob. Like, okay, what would you recommend? Well, first, I'd recommend that the girlfriend go in the other room and listen to the Taylor Swift podcast with Travis Kelce, and we'll try to figure this out all together. In fact, we're going to get Ice Cube on the case. And then she leaves, and then they just put the TV
No,
on
no,
the wall.
because they make it look so easy. Because I spent an hour. I gave them an hour's pay for my couch to go from downstairs to upstairs. They did it in
Right.
10 minutes, and I
Yeah.
paid them for an hour. And I was like, "Y'all want some water and watch some TV or something?" And like,
Yeah.
so yeah, they were like in and out, and I was like, uh huh. So I think even better than that, you can hire 10 more of their friends to come in like hard hats
Right.
and clear the area.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
And then
sorry, no
like do not
people for
cross.
safety. It's a safety
And
issue.
then
Only
send
the
you
guy who paid can be in the
And
room.
then like a full-on guy in a hazmat suit goes, "Ma'am, get out of here, sir. Please leave the area." And next
Right.
thing you know, you have a couch. I agree with you. I think that should be
Struggle a
actually.
little bit, for God's
Let's
sake.
start a new business on the side. That's it. Let's do it.
Hardware stores are so fucking weird in general. Like, one guy, a worker, is sitting in a chair doing like, sounds like he had headphones and maybe he's listening to a podcast on exercise, but he's doing like the old people exercise where you sit in the chair.
Mhm.
Then another worker is standing in a corner like he's in the Blair Witch, but I found somebody eventually in this weird place, and yeah, it's amazing. I get all these screws, all these nuts, and I don't know what it could be. Any amount of money is my point, and they're like, "All right, here it comes, $2.35." I'm like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
Is this a drug operation? Like, how the fuck are you in business?"
I'm the person that walks in the store and goes, "Hi, I don't know anything about what I'm about to buy. I will spend all of my money. Point.
Yes,
I
here's all
just
my
want to
money,
get this over with.
and they
Buy
give me
money."
change. They give me change. Did you get into the big news of Taylor Swift being on New Heights podcast, the Jason and Travis Kelce show?
So one of the good things about taking aeroplanes is that I
That's how they
checked
say it, right?
I checked. Oh yes. Also, yeah, I checked the blue ski. They don't even have
Oh,
blue sky in
yes.
Scotland, but I say the blue ski,
Hmm.
and that was one of the top trending things because I didn't check in on the news as much when I was in
I'm
Edinburgh,
sorry.
just because
Did you say they don't have blue sky in
they
Scotland?
they do, but nobody uses them as much as
Okay.
Americans have started using them. Yeah, because
Okay.
every person I spoke to was like, "What's blue sky?" And I'm like, "Okay," but what I did see was it was one of the top trending things, and I was like, "Oh no, did they break up? What's going on?"
Mm.
So I watched the entire intro right before the Xanax kicked in on the airplane, and
All
it was
right.
so cute to. No, I'm sorry, I was in the airport right before I went on the plane.
Okay.
It was the cutest intro ever. It's like that's love. Why is everyone shitting on them? Like,
I watched my girlfriend's into it. She gives all this information. This is a clue about her. She wore plaid 1 year ago, and this is that. But I'm not a Swiftie. I'm like, baby, okay, there's got to be a word for something. You're into it, and I ended up watching it. It's a 2 hour podcast. I got to like 40 minutes. I caught myself zoning out because I don't care about the record business.
mhm.
Like, and I want to tell people how to own their masters. Like, okay, so just have your mom and your brother come talk to a record producer and say how important it is to you. But I did love their love. And some people guess like, is it a publicity stunt? The two of them, that neither of them need it, quite frankly. But yes, the way they're touching each other and looking at each other and complimenting each other, it's 1,000% real. Their love, and it was beautiful to see.
I have to say, and I'm about to get some haters. Please don't at me.
Okay.
Secret. I'm not a Swiftie, not because I'm not a Swiftie. I actually only know like two Taylor Swift songs. I'm more into 90s Britpop because I'm an old lady,
Right.
right? But having said that, I think she's awesome whenever I see her perform on like SNL and things like that.
Hmm.
But what I loved is I learned a lot about her from that intro. I knew a lot about her remaking her own album so she could
Right.
own the rights. I knew about like all the new stuff, but I wouldn't call myself a Swiftie. But that is again no shade to Swifties, and also please no shade to Oasis fans. We can all live
We
amongst
could all
each other.
coexist. That's right.
Yes.
You were
But
just nervous. You were setting people up to hate Oasis.
no, 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 no. And you can hate Oasis, and that's fine. Just keep it to yourself, and we can all survive together.
I never heard Taylor Swift talk really. I've heard
Mm.
just at award shows when she's always shocked, even though it's probably paid behind the scenes. But but yeah, I like her. She's funny, not comedian funny, but musician funny for sure. And she's like, and I'm on this football podcast. There's nothing male football watchers want more than to see me again.
Yeah. No, I,
Yeah,
I really admire her career, and she's a beautiful performer, and she's
yeah.
just gorgeous in general, inside and out. And I loved watching them together. Yeah.
Travis Kelce kept complimenting her and saying, "I'm with the greatest woman ever," and he's wrong, of course, but he was hitting the head a lot.
Wait,
So that,
what?
that's
Because
that's
because
okay.
you're with the greatest woman ever.
Hello, hello.
Here we go.
Their age difference is acceptable. They're both 35 years old. Good for them.
Wait, they're both 35?
They're both 35. Yeah, he
Wow.
he is 2 years older.
Oh, okay.
2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 2 months old.
Perfect. Who cares? No
Right.
notes.
I just think it's funny because I see a Leonardo DiCaprio, and we all got to act like that's fucking normal. 50 years old, and everybody's seen the chart, right? I'll put it at keithandthegirl.com under pictures, but he always caps it off at 25. Don't get me wrong, he's with a 27-year-old now, so he got my face.
Hey, good for
But
him.
but he 20 good for him. They stay the same age.
Well, Tom
Speaking,
Cruise, also his current love person, is like
right.
more than half his age, right? Is that
I
correct?
mean, if you're
Because he's 85 and she's about like 30.
you're dangling off a fucking helicopter, you earn some,
Oh, yeah, sure. Get
you
get
know?
it.
Speaking for Esquire's Mavericks of Hollywood edition with director Paul Thomas Anderson, Leonardo revealed that although his official age is now 50,
His
he,
official age? Like, just say his age.
you mean my official age?
As opposed to the unofficial age.
He feels decades younger. When Anderson posed the question, if you didn't know how old you are, how old are you right now? DiCaprio's rapid reply was 32.
Wow.
Later, he clarified that he feels emotionally 35. So he goes 32, and they went, wait, I'm not an idiot. 35. 32 would
I'm still
be,
stuck on the official age part, but
yes.
okay.
Well, now we know the unofficial age is 35.
Let's see.
Looking back on the experience of turning 50 this year, DiCaprio explained that it has prompted him to live with greater honesty. He said, well, it creates a feeling like you have a desire to just be more honest and not waste time. I can only imagine how the next few decades are going to go.
You could say that about everyone who's alive.
Do you think those some of the women he dated are like, so you're wasting your time? Nah, they're in their early 20s. They're not self-reflecting, right?
Yeah, but then you get to say I dated Leonardo DiCaprio and signed a bunch of NDAs and now I've got money. I don't know.
DiCaprio credits his mother, Ermeline, as a model for his mindset. Yeah, she was so proud of you and your yacht of 18-year-olds. He describes her as someone who just says exactly what she thinks and wastes no time. She spends no time trying to fake it. Then what'd she say about the yacht of 18-year-olds?
I feel that's most of our mothers at the age I'm at. I know your mother's past, Keith, and
Mm-hmm.
I will say my mom has had no fucks to give for some years, but now she's like really going there, and I'm like, you know what?
Right.
It is what it is, and I appreciate that and her honesty. You know.
It's weird. He's 50 years old. He feels 35. Even that age difference is weird. This guy's
Yeah,
so up there.
yeah, I feel like, yeah, I think 35 is when you finally realize you're getting older, but you're like, but I'm not
Right.
40 yet, bitches. You know, I think maybe that's where he's at is like, but I'm not old, right? Right?
Right.
Right.
By the way, speaking of Tom Cruise was offered the Kennedy Honors by Donald Trump.
Hmm.
Tom Cruise declined,
He had
saying
a,
that
yeah,
he said he has scheduling conflicts.
yeah, yeah.
And of course, it's Hollywood. We know what everybody's up to, and he doesn't have to be anywhere. There's no movie and pre-production. Nothing is going on, and I think that's funny. Like Tom Cruise is like, I'm into solid Scientology, but I'm not doing this
But
weird
even
shit.
that's too weird. I feel like when a Scientologist turns you down, you know
Right.
you've jumped the shark. It's oh gosh, yeah, no. I think you know the only thing that makes me sad, and I guess I understand it, but I've done this and whatever. I've like definitely not won many awards or like gotten more fans for openly saying no, I will not show up to this because that guy's fucked up.
Right.
I wish he would feel comfortable saying that. He's Tom
Yeah.
Cruise.
What's he have to
He's
lose?
walked on airplanes and survived. Like he's fine. And like if you lose what, two fans, you're done. It was the last Mission Impossible. You've made the
Right.
money. Like make the fucking point. Don't be in the middle like, ooh, I don't know. I have a sketch. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. You just didn't want to do it and you were too scared to say it. This is why I am braver than Tom Cruise walking on an airplane for saying it
Right.
out loud. And by that I
Right.
mean, no thanks. I would never do that. So he maybe is braver than I. But
He might
politically,
as well stick to the thing that's been working. Nobody really knows. Like he doesn't walk. You only know he's in Scientology if you see the Scientology specials.
which is weird. Yeah.
He doesn't put it in his movie credits.
Yeah.
All praise Zeno.
Yeah, but even De Niro's like, yeah, fuck that guy
Yeah.
out loud, and he still gets
Right.
jobs. Like, you're fine. And in fact, some of the people who follow you may actually listen to you. And I'm sorry, but like, if you're a
Sure.
public figure like that, don't just say, I'm not picking sides. You have to pick a side. Sorry, bitches. At some
That's
point,
what
you
I
got to pick a
think.
side.
That's what I think nowadays.
1000%.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is like, I believe aliens are attached to our bodies, but this fucking
But this
Donald
is too
Trump,
far.
what the fuck is he up to? What's his trip? Speaking of aliens and Tom
Speaking
Cruise
of
and Ice
aliens.
Cube, we got to talk about the movie War of the Worlds. Somebody said, "Oh, this Ice Cube thing. I thought it was like a joke online. It's a real movie." Yeah, real in quotes. Streaming on Amazon Prime, straight to Prime. That's the good stuff. Three
Well, it is when
percent.
it's an Amazon commercial. Let's just be
It's
honest.
such an Amazon commercial. 3% on Rotten Tomatoes by critics.
Mhm.
That's got to be Ice Cube, his wife, and his kid, right? Is that how percentages work? 21% by regular people. 21% by regular people. So when you vote that it's good, enough that 21% of people give it a thumbs up, and then the whole world, no pun, tells you how horrible it is and why. Do you look at your politics? Do you realize, like, hey, I'm not going to say this out loud, but I might be a full grown fucking idiot, right? Like, if you had legit enjoyed this, we're telling you you're wrong. It's not opinion based. It's a fucking fact. This movie is horrendous and as bad as people are saying.
So I have a quick disclaimer for the audience.
Yes.
I did not even hear about this movie
Good for
until
you.
less than 24 hours ago when I was supposed to be on the show yesterday, but I was too jet lagged. I was like, can we do it tomorrow? And you're like, oh, and just heads up, I have some thoughts about this movie. And normally we don't pre-plan anything. It's just more
Right.
like, but by the way,
some thoughts.
same this morning. So the point is, Keith, I could tell you were very activated by this because you never say to me, just so you know, I'm going to talk a lot. It was like hot frosty. I wasn't ready for
Right.
that at all. So like we do not plan out what we're going to talk about. So I had no idea what this was, but then the Catherine nerd part of me was like, well, now I got to know. So I was like, well,
Right.
let me look into it and see. I've been on a deep dive this entire freaking morning, Keith. And I at first I couldn't have access, and I got free Amazon Prime under a fake name account so I could get a free week just to watch. I started watching it. I have thoughts on
Oh
it.
no.
This thing. I want you to go, and I will intersperse when necessary. But may I
Okay.
say, for the audience to know, this is very new to me.
Right.
All of it,
Did you
Keith.
see a little bit? Like you got the gist
I
that it's
got to
all
the
a
first 20
Zoom?
minutes and I read some stuff on it. And
Okay.
and also a huge fan of the original book and the radio show War of the Worlds that is this thing is allegedly based on, which to me, first of all, say bullshit. Well, you know what? You go first. The point is,
No, well,
this has been in my life, like my whole life. I'm very familiar with both of these things. So when I realized they did a movie about War of the Worlds, I was like, oh,
a
so
new
it's,
one, right? Yeah.
but no, Keith, no.
The so you did see like you could tell that it's looks like it starts he's alone in a bunker basically a Zoom call as he's watching destruction and talking with the president, etc. That happens the whole time. The whole movie.
Allegedly, he is high level Intel employee,
Oh,
right?
he can hack anything for the safety of
And he's hacking
America.
his fucking daughter. That's
He's
creepy. That's how it starts.
he's hacking his kids. First of all, you say you are a fan of the original uh TV and rather
Book and
radio.
radio show.
Right.
The book was written in late 1800s and the radio show was in 1938.
It's hard to me because, of course, I've heard the stories that people heard H.G. Wells on the radio.
That was Orson Welles, no
Orson Welles,
relation, by
excuse
the
me.
way. No relation. Yeah.
Who's it? Oh, they're both called Wells? No
Yeah.
relation?
H.G. Wells wrote the book. And then,
Okay.
100 years later, Orson Welles, when he was
Okay.
23, that was his first big Hollywood break. It's a whole history. Yeah.
So good for Orson Welles that nobody reads.
Mhm.
And he did a radio play about it. And supposedly, it's funny that because it's so hard to believe. Of course, we live in a stupid world, if even back then. So they put on the radio and they believed that aliens were really attacking because Orson Welles was doing this radio play.
So CBS Radio, would you like a little brief history?
Please,
I'll
go
make it
ahead.
very quick. Orson Welles, no relation, did the 1938 radio drama on Halloween, October 30th, so the day before,
Why,
for
but
the
why wouldn't you put that together? No, it's fucking Halloween.
wait for it. Well, we also live in a world where people think that the Earth is flat, and that 9%
Sure.
of people think that I'm sorry, chocolate milk comes from brown cows. So this is like the
Right.
first Twitter. Okay,
Okay.
this is the first like fucking okay. So the radio series is called Mercury Theater on the Air, CBS. Okay.
Okay.
So and it was made as a fake radio show, even though they warned people ahead of time, but people didn't tune in until later
Right.
because they started calling their neighbors and saying, "Oh my God, oh my God." They said this is
That's why radio now keeps going. If you're just tuning in, we're talking to
exactly.
Taylor Swift because otherwise you'd be like, how did they just get there?
That's exactly right. So the show starts off as a fake radio show with music. Like for like a good 5 minutes, there's an old school band like "Brr, brr, brr, brr." And
Okay.
they go, we're just interrupting this message from the news. CBS News is reporting that we just saw an object flying into New Jersey. Anyway, back to the music. Play some more music. Then they go, I'm sorry, we're on the field right now. We're here with the scientists, and it gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So
Right.
people who are just tuning in think it's real. They got in a lot of trouble with the FCC. Orson Welles had to do a public apology the next day, and CBS stood by it until not but what, 87 years later, when in absentia, they said, maybe we were wrong. Let's cancel Stephen Colbert. So CBS, go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like you caused and the reason I say this to be very clear, this did cause a widespread panic. There were people who did know it was fake, and there were people who honestly thought the world was ending and were packing their cars, and there was a full frenzy.
And then
And
they
they were
had
calling,
kids, and their kids had kids, and the copies kept getting even dumber.
yes, and they're calling police stations and things like that, and they actually thought aliens, and they had to do like a full-on press conference. So it goes back to what we're going through right now. Is like a lot of these deep fakes and stuff like that are happening now, but they also happened in the early 30s. So we're not any better than our ancestors, apparently.
Do when is it true that people really thought aliens were coming, so they
Yes.
jumped out of buildings? Is that true?
Jumping out of buildings, I don't know, but I know they packed their cars and started driving, and they called their local police stations, and they were like, "What's going on?" I don't know about the buildings part. I think that
Okay.
was the Great Depression.
My dad told me people were jumping out of buildings, and I'm like, why are you telling me the story?
Yeah, your dad's probably. I think people were panicking though, so that was like the New Jersey Police Department where it was taking place allegedly.
Right.
like the lines were flooded. People couldn't, if they had an emergency, they were straight fucked, kind of thing.
Like wait until you see an alien at least, and then dive like, oh, I saw an alien. What are you doing?
Right.
Not giving them the satisfaction? So you're jumping out a
Hmm.
fucking window?
And back then it was aliens from Mars as opposed to now aliens from Mexico, where
Right.
people are still freaking out over the same thing, even though this is a
It
bad analogy, but like kind of just like people
sure.
freak out over things they're unfamiliar with.
To right, maybe the aliens. Well, let's get to know them.
Yeah.
It was where the aliens had a Westinghouse sponsorship.
Hey, who
Did they
knows?
wonder? Oh my God. The old stuff is always interesting to me. Like you even see video of this, so you have to believe it's true. But like Elvis Presley would, gyrate his hip and the whole audience would come and scream and blow their heads off. Like, what? What? How this what? You see, like they would my
What?
dad told me, he
Oh
goes,
no.
and it's one thing to hear it like on PBS or something, but it's a different thing when your flesh and blood tells you this. And he goes, Elvis would gyrate so much, he literally might have taken out his penis and started masturbating. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, can I go see Poison? What the fuck?
The one thing I will say that's good about my dad is he when I was very young, he had us listen to the old radio shows, right?
Right.
And they're doing it live. They do the Foley. So if someone's walking in, there's actually an actor walking with like a microphone. So it's not like shows
Right.
now where you can edit and this and that. And it got me an appreciation of live radio, which turns out to be podcasting now.
Hmm.
Now, why my father was having me listen to War of the Worlds before bedtime when I was 7, who's to say?
There's worse punishments.
Right, exactly. But this is one of the, few things I say about him is he made me appreciate audio and storytelling. And so that's why this to me resonated when you said that. And I was like, oh,
Right.
I'll check out that movie. And then I was like, oh, fucking no. I'm going to throw it to you, Keith, because you need to give the listeners what they want, which is what happened.
I appreciate the backstory. Yeah, when my dad would say, I'm your elder, you got to respect me. I'm like, you shouldn't have told me the War of the World story, people jumping out buildings. You shouldn't have told me how awesome it was for a black and white train to come at the screen that people ran out of a movie theater. Can that be true?
Oh, that's right. I heard about
Can
that.
that fucking be true that a
I,
black and white, they invented movies. One of the first things was a black moving pictures was a black and white TV come as opposed to, stills. A black and white train coming at the screen, and people supposedly ran out of theater like, "Oh my God, the train's run through!" And now you're gonna give me relationship advice, Grandpa? Now you're gonna
well,
tell me that my resume isn't written the right way, isn't formatted properly? You thought a train was coming through the screen. Wait till you check out VR porn, Gramps.
a guy did shoot up a pizzeria thanks to, Reddit because he
Sure.
thought Hillary Clinton was fucking children in the basement. So I believe that did happen, yes.
Back in the old days when men were men and you stood up, I'd gladly stand up next to you and you defended your country and you took care of. Oh my God, it's Marilyn Monroe! Touch me, Marilyn! Oh God, Marilyn! She touched my arm. Touch my other arm, Marilyn. You got to make it even. Oh God!
Thank you for doing an impersonation of me at the Oasis concert. I appreciate it. Thanks for the discretion, Keith, but let's keep going. Tell us more about the movie.
Oh my Lord. Anyway. Yeah, yeah, I did see the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds movie, and it's just weird. He's a mechanic, but he has $600 designer jeans and bright fucking white veneers. But okay, it was hard to get into. So I start watching this movie. I had to watch it in 18 parts, and it's only because my algorithm does have people saying how bad it is. I'm like, all right, let me. If it's still fucking worse, sometimes like The Room, sometimes you get into the worst fucking things ever,
Me with
just
Malignant,
because
which is way better than this
malignant,
movie.
right?
Mhm.
And so, but I found myself lasting like 5 minutes at a time. In fact, in my community where I live now, you put the garbage like outside your door and they'll come around and pick it up. I wanted something else to do than watch this movie. And I'm like, let me take the garbage and walk it 100 feet to the bin just so I'm doing something else.
I had to pause, and I don't normally do like makeup for this show. If you
Right.
can't tell, I'm actually wearing like glitter because I needed to just have a sense of normalcy. And I was like, let's just put on some moisturizer and a little bit of glitter. Okay, go back. And then I'd go
Right.
back and be like, and now I'm gonna eat.
Right. Right. Right.
So, but you saw the whole
Do
movie.
I
I
have
only
to
saw
use,
the
do I
first.
have to use the bathroom? Could I try?
I
Uh,
try. Yeah, same thing. Yeah.
I think I picture Ice Cube. Speaking of reviews, I think he would review this and say, "One of the most relaxing movie shoots of my career. I didn't even have to wear pants."
It was a FaceTime interview.
The movie was right. They told him about the movie. They had a back and forth, and like, okay, nice meeting. And he's like, okay, when do we shoot the movie? We just did. You repeated a line or two. It happened to fit. We're golden. The movie is an hour 29 minutes long.
Oh God.
I think he worked for an hour 29 minutes. Period. Uh, if you're on death row and they go, "What do you want for your last meal?" Say, "Hey, instead of a meal, can I see this movie?" And then you'll feel like you're alive forever. Oh my God. You could see. So we just see the person that did the work is the graphics guy after the fact, just adding all these Zoom rooms and, digital, sloppy digital shit of aliens, which
Mhm.
don't have to be clear because it's, you can add the digital fuck ups to it deliberately. But you do see Ice Cube when he's talking, you see a green screen coming through his glasses.
Yes, you do. You do.
And it's like, and they're probably like, well, why do we have to give him glasses? And it's like, well, you're not gonna know he's smart. He's Ice Cube. Let's give him glasses.
Well, as I said to you over text, like just not but an hour ago, I
Uh,
said, did Big Balls, Big Balls, make this
right.
movie from random AI generated clips and then asked ChatGPT to write a script in 3 seconds? Jesus.
Absolutely. That is a great way to put it.
But also
Yes.
it reminded me of video
Big
games.
balls. Big
Like
balls was back at work. Hey, ChatGPT, I have an
yeah, yeah.
idea.
He's like, yeah, that was a drug deal that went bad, and I blame black people. Okay, sorry, I said it. Anyway, no, it's true. Like he definitely didn't get hijacked.
Right.
You know why? He still has his car.
Right.
Good for him. And by that I mean don't. All right. The other thing I thought, and this is, and again, I just want to, make this
Please.
very clear. I don't watch a lot of the war video games, but I watch my friends watch them. Like, so I'm not as
Yeah.
experienced. It reminded me of the cuts that
Yes.
are made in those video games where it's like, okay, Sergeant, now who do we have to go to? Wong, wong, wong.
Agreed. The
Oh,
cutscenes.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So thoughts on that?
You're right. Well, you're absolutely right. It did seem video game like, and in the bad way. And it all takes place in like one afternoon because the kids get lost and in the city, and he's got to talk to them through computers.
Also, Ice-T did not have a whole day. They couldn't do lighting. He's like, we're
Right,
just starting
right.
now, and it's going to end before we hit golden hour.
But they have all these fucking stories of the aliens is eating our data. That's what
Mhm.
they want, and you can see in real time, like you would see Facebook and like the pictures, like he would see pictures of his wife who passed away. And the pictures start deleting one at a time. That's how you know that data is being stolen by the aliens.
Which, by the way, he found out because he didn't join Facebook until his daughter's boyfriend, who's going to be the father of his grandkid, told him to take the Facebook request because he didn't know there was a baby shower
Right.
because it was only announced on Facebook.
Right.
So a lot of this takes place with Facebook.
So, and again, it takes place in one afternoon, but you see the army's rolling out. They're going to beat the aliens. Oh no, the aliens ate the data, so that means uh, tanks and helicopters go crazy.
Yo, this
Okay,
is about Doge. That's it, basically.
right. And so we can't beat them. Oh, we have another idea. We can beat them. I'm like, it's been a matter of hours, if that. And it doesn't sound like it's even been that because there's so many things play out in real time, like the girl getting into a hacked Tesla that drives her somewhere. So all this is like you can figure out how much time that would take, and these news reports are coming in as if it's been months.
Mhm.
And by the way, Ice Cube is getting his information from news, regular news screens that are popping up, and relaying that information to the president
Over FaceTime.
over FaceTime.
Like even Pete Kegseth did Signal. Do you know what I mean?
Right, right. Text said this like, see guys, it's hard.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? The president's only available during FaceTime. Oh, and they had the phone blips, the whatever comes up when you get a call.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they even did
Ba-da-ding,
that.
ba-da-ding.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he took a second sometimes to pick up.
Yes.
That's interesting. When it says at the end of the movie, it did say based on the book by H.G. Wells. Can the Wells sue? Like, no, it's not.
Apparently, the family must have sold the rights to do this,
Or
right?
maybe it's so old it's like happy birthday.
Well, so the very quick plot is aliens come down from Mars and they feed off human blood, so they're
Nice.
sucking humans dry. And it
Okay.
actually is originated by, I'm sorry,
Please, please.
H.G. Wells also wrote it about the catastrophic effect of European colonization on the Aboriginal Tasmanians, and when Europe started taking over what they had on their land, right? And
Okay.
how he was very progressive. He thought like this is kind of like if aliens came down and started sucking our life. That's what happens when people go
Ah,
to other countries and colonize them because they want to suck what they have, earth minerals, things like that. Now, I don't want to spoil the ending of the original book,
you
but the
may.
book, yeah, yeah. But basically, it's one of the first books because H.G. Wells, the OG guy,
Mhm.
was actually a scientist, and he did believe that there was
Oh,
Mars and life on Mars. So he wanted to write the first "What if there was life on Mars" movie, and it's catastrophic, right?
right.
And so he
He's like, what if
basically
there is more life? And he's like, they'd probably be assholes.
yeah, totally. So, but what he did then was write the first, apocalyptic movie that we all see now.
Right.
Aliens, aliens, aliens. Like, so they could sue for all those movies, but I
I
think
see.
that whatever the now using the name though, they probably got a shit ton of money and we're like, we don't fucking care what this looks like.
They took off the word the. It's
Yeah,
called
that's right.
War of
It's
the
just war.
Worlds.
That's right. Correct. And what was the subtitle of the movie?
Don't watch.
No, the subtitle was actually it just gets worse or it's worse than it was, something like that. Yeah, you have to look that
Oh, is
part
that
up.
true?
I wrote oh
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I
real?
wrote that down. That's real. Oh, it's worse than you think. That's the subtitle.
It really is, though.
It's
This
worse than
movie
you
is
think.
worse than I thought it'd be. The son is on one of the phone calls to the dad. It's like, Dad, I have the answer to why these aliens are killing us. Like, and this happens in movies sometimes, and it's always so dumb. Like,
Yeah.
listen, I can explain everything. Don't. It only takes 2 words. I don't want to hear it.
Right, right, right.
Well,
I
just
only
say
have
that. Just
another two
yell the
minutes
two
on
words
this.
at the asshole.
I only have another 2 minutes on this FaceTime call. I'm out of
Right.
data.
And it's like, Dad, I figured out how to beat the aliens. And the dad's like, you know what? You don't know anything about aliens. I work for the government. Don't be stupid, little kid. Dad, I have the answer on how to stop all these people from dying.
What is it?
Listen, son. You don't know what you like. Just listen to your fucking son for 2 fucking seconds.
I didn't get to that part, so can you do that scene
Right.
for me? Because I need to know.
Sure. And son, you've been a brat before, I'm sure. Just yell the fucking answer at your dad. Yeah, I have to wait for permission from sir. The dad's like, listen, son, you crapped your pants when you were 3. You really think
No.
you have an idea that, yeah, he said, the terrible twos? How about the stinky threes, you dumb piece of shit? And then he hung up the call. Crazy.
Did you?
No,
Did
I'm
was his son
exaggerating.
right though
I'm
about how to
exaggerating,
get?
but still, it's funny he did not listen to his kid until much, much later. It's like, just listen to
So,
your kid.
okay, go on.
Oh, well.
So then what happened?
So then you have you got the single dad, you got the son, you got the daughter. The daughter has a boyfriend. We'll get to him.
Yeah, and she's
Um,
pregnant. That's very important.
she's pregnant so that you care. Otherwise, I wouldn't care about a girl. But she's pregnant. That could be a boy inside. He has to. It's 50-50 or 30, whatever the fuck we're at now. By the way, he's stuck in his office, Ice Cube, because the government shut down all the buildings for whatever reason, and he can't get out. And they show him try to get out of his government building, and it's a glass door. Nothing he can do.
No. And it accidentally cut to his kitchen in his house.
Right.
I'm sure they shot it. Oh no, if only this weren't glass.
You mentioned how like did AI write this, and I do think you're right. It reminds me of Mike Drucker, a guest we had on recently. Very funny, an
Oh, so
author.
good. Yes, love him.
And he first time he was on, I was reading like his Tumblr or whatever it was, and he'd write these little stories, but deliberately so poorly. Like this was before AI, but it's what AI would be writing as opposed to just a bad author. But he did one was like a detective noir, and he'd
Oh
write
no.
like she had legs that were very, very good, and that's what this movie is like.
Well, the beginning, because in every movie, if you're a screenwriter or a writer, player, or whatever, you
Right,
have to have exposition. So the audience all of a sudden likes a character or gets to know them, and then you get to the plot, right?
right.
There's ways of doing exposition, and there's ways of not doing exposition. And in this movie, it was like, hey, Dad, hey, you haven't called me in a while since I've been pregnant. He's like, I know. And as you know, I don't approve of that boyfriend of yours who works for Amazon. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hey, it's me,
Right.
your baby daddy from Amazon. Have you gone to the shower? No. Okay, let's go on Facebook. You haven't added my request. Darn, I guess I'll go on Facebook, except baby shower. And then all of us, yeah, that, right? Was that not
Yeah,
the
that's
opening?
exactly what happened.
And then, as if he's not able to stalk anyone else, even though he has the power to, he goes
Yes,
on his wife's profile, ex-wife's profile.
right.
Right? Is
Or
that not
dead
correct?
wife. Yeah, yeah,
Dead
yeah.
wife, dead wife. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah. You're absolutely right.
And
Um,
he's like, "Oh, I miss my dead wife. Anyway, didn't know about the baby shower. Oh well, if only I had the power to do anything like contact them about it."
he all but says to the boyfriend, like, you will
Yes,
never impress me in the next hour, 29 minutes.
he
I
does.
promise. Oh, shit. Amazon has drones.
And his soon to be son-in-law, because I mean I'm guessing they all forgive each other at the end. Am I wrong?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Okay,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Thank
I don't want
goodness.
to anyway. Just so that's how it
Yeah.
opens,
So the
and I'm not
boyfriend,
exaggerating.
keep in mind that this is on Amazon Prime, an Amazon
Mhm.
Prime movie,
Yes.
in quotes. The boyfriend works for Amazon and then goes, hey, we have to get this thumb drive. Luckily, my daughter was working on a virus of some kind. And with the son's technology, with his brains and her medical, whatever the fuck, somehow, I think it's a living virus. They'll put it on a thumb drive and then poison the computer, and then it'll eat the poison, and literally nobody will die after an hour and a half or 18 months. So, but Ice Cube has to get this thumb drive somehow. So how's he gonna get it when he's
Does
locked
he
in
have
his
Amazon
fucking
Prime?
building? Luckily,
Oh no, did I? Is that
his
true?
his daughters. This isn't an exaggeration. It's not an exaggeration. His daughter's boyfriend works for Amazon and goes, we have Amazon Air now, AIR, and holds up a drone. And we've been being trained on this for months, he says. I can fly it to you somehow through a window. And so they have a drone now. And then, again, no exaggeration. Then the guy goes, but you'll have to order a thumb drive. I have the thumb drive of poison, but you have to order a thumb drive on Amazon for the drone to work somehow, or so that I don't get a low rating, them wondering why I'm using the drone, as if the world isn't falling apart.
I
So who
said
gives
that
a
as a
shit?
joke. That actually happened.
This happened. So then Ice Cube goes on the computer, and you know how things kind of move fast in the typing, quickly orders a thumb drive, a $12 thumb drive. But you see every step. Logs into Amazon, finds thumb drive, clicks on thumb drives, order immediate button, checkout button. He makes a real order for a thumb drive. They should, after the credits, they should show the thumb drive arrived. They should show the guy just throwing the package and then taking a picture of it in the bushes.
Well, okay, quick question. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. Because
please.
the soon to be son-in-law, which
Yeah.
I'll just say it, is a delivery driver.
Yes.
He doesn't have any access to the people who could actually save the world and maybe just call them up, be like, "Yo, we need this thumb drive now." Like, couldn't he have done that?
There's so much going on.
Or they have to order it for $12,
There's a
right?
lot of fires.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
But then
he gets a
even
call.
then
He gets a
orders it.
phone call and goes,
If
"Wait,
there's so
why are
many
you?"
fires, how can they deliver the thumb drive?
Right, but luckily he can do it through the air. Luckily,
Oh, right, the new thing, the
with the
air.
drone. Yeah, Amazon Air. Again, he's been trained on it recently.
Jesus.
And by the way, I don't know if you ever saw one of these drone races they have in real life where you compete, you go through like abandoned buildings and shit, like on a course, like almost like a race car, and you go through windows and shit, and you fly against other drones. That's how good this guy was trained by Amazon. And so he's flying this drone around these aliens and around jet fighter pilots, fighter planes. And all of a sudden, he's like a military guy speaking about video games. And he's like, I got something on my six. We're going to need to do a little turn and burn. It's like, what Amazon employee are you all of a sudden? Okay. And the drone gets there, of course. And
Well,
the
I mean,
poison
obviously,
gets
but
in
also
his
like
hand.
if the military, which can also listen to this on FaceTime,
They're busy too.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they probably like, oh, if there's a file, just let us know about.
Just let us know.
Like, just let us. Wait, and the best part is also his daughter, the pregnant daughter. She's like a
Yes.
famous scientist, right?
She's in school, but she's a goddamn genius.
But she's a genius. Okay, okay, okay. Just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
It'd be funny if after the credits, he goes, we never needed this other fake thumb drive. And he goes, oh, Amazon returns. Click. That easy.
Oh.
The end.
And then they have to go through the click down of why are
Right.
you returning this? And then you're like, didn't like it. And you're like, can you give us more information? And he has to like type this shit like, oh, the aliens, and they're like, okay, submit. Here's your QR code.
Right.
And then you check on the QR code for the credits. That would have saved the movie.
How did we serve you today? Perfectly.
Yeah.
Enter.
So okay, well, keep going. So
Go
we're at
ahead.
this point in the plot. I was going to say how do they beat the aliens? Because
Well,
in
they
the
get the
book,
they get the poison thing, and
right?
they put it in the computer, and then the aliens eat that. It's poison. They all die. The end. And somehow nobody died with all the explosions and
That's how
fire.
the book ends. Is the Martians? They were sucking on the blood of people who turns out had like a major global pandemic that had never existed before. And I'm like, LOL, bubonic plague and COVID.
Right. Yeah.
But this scientist actually did predict a lot of it. Not predict, but like was really interested in how could people feeding off other people get sick, and how can we beat people who are trying to overwhelm us and things like that. And they ended up accidentally dying because they were allergic to human blood because we had a lot of diseases.
I wonder. I'm thinking if I'm right. Maybe I'm thinking Mars Attacks, but was the Tom Cruise War of the Worlds? How did they die? I thought that was by sound.
I didn't see that one.
But you're fine. Maybe the story's not good because
You
these
think?
movies all suck. So at the end of the movie, so the aliens are dead, everything's fine. Then, of course, the dad now has to apologize and go, "Hey, look, I learned an important lesson. Even though hacking all your shit kind of saved the world, I shouldn't be doing it. It is fucking creepy." So
Yeah, he
here's
was in his daughter's fridge and telling her to eat more protein for the
yes.
baby in the first 10 minutes of the movie.
So he
She's like, Dad, did
apologized.
you hack my fridge? And I'm like, ew, disown
Yeah.
him. And if my dad hacked, and we
He
all know
can't
my
even have.
dad.
She didn't even find out, like necessarily find out. He said, "Hey, what are you eating the sugary yogurt for?" And it's like, "Dad, oh, sorry, I can't help myself but tell you to eat more vegetables."
No,
Like,
she actually said, did you hack my fridge?
yeah, because he gives it away. He can't help
Yeah.
himself. His son is playing a video game he just bought, and the dad deleted the video game over Wi-Fi. It's like, Dad, is like, don't play video games so much. You gotta stop hacking me all the time.
Yeah, maybe there's a reason they didn't invite him to the baby shower.
Right, right. Go on Facebook. He's old. He won't be able to figure out Facebook. We can invite people there.
Wow.
So then at the end, he sends a letter to everybody saying, "I've learned a lot, and I just want to protect you. That's all Father wants, but I shouldn't have invaded your privacy." And then there's screenshots in the email, I guess, to
Wait,
remind
email or
us.
text? Because they were texting most of
I'm
the time.
sorry, it's an email, an email
Oh, it
that
is
he
email.
sends to
Okay.
everybody.
All
Email,
right.
social media, private, DM, whatever. But it's a long script, and then there's pictures attached of the fridge, of different places that they were, of her college, different places, and he's saying, "Sorry, this is what I did." One of the pictures
Oh, no.
is of the boyfriend looking at his phone, or coming out of the phone's camera. So, yeah, you're looking at my fridge, you're looking at me walking into college, and that's creepy as fuck. But the boyfriend's got to be like, "No, no, no, no. You saw my face when I was looking at my phone? You saw me whack it, minimum."
And or them fucking or something,
Yes.
or maybe like texts they sent to each other that were very.
Yeah. Oh, so anyway, sorry.
Wow. So they do get together. I mean, not together, but they do like make up at the end.
It's understood. Yeah, they make up. In fact, you see some pictures of him at the baby shower.
I don't like that.
And to be cute, because he's tough, Ice Cube, people are smiling at the baby shower wearing, dopey baby shower T-shirts and shit like that. And he's looking like, what do I got to wear this and look like a dork? It's like,
I'm
you
a
better
tough
suck
guy.
up for a little bit, tough guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember actually the baby daddy guy, he actually made T-shirts for the baby shower with pictures of him on it, like, oh, soon to be or grandpa, future grandpa something. And it's like, that's so nice. And he was
Yeah.
like, I still hate it. It's like, yeah, but I just, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Sure. This will rile you up. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
not wrong. So then the government calls him, Ice Cube, and Ice Cube says, "Yeah, I'm not working for the government anymore." And he's like, the government's like, What? You're the best." And he's like, "Yeah, I think it's wrong that I'm not joking. I think it's wrong that we look through Amazon accounts."
Isn't that how they found Brian Koberger, the guy who killed those 4 children in Idaho? Through his Amazon account?
So,
Jeff Bezos, are you in on something that we don't
Right.
know about? I don't like, and also, Facebook, like, oh, I feel like they all thought this was going to like change the way we think
Right.
about. Instead, it was just terrible.
So Ice Cube, you know what? So Ice Cube like woke up one day and he's like, "Yeah, I realize we shouldn't invade people's privacy again, even though it saved the world. We shouldn't be doing that. Now he's mad at the government, so fuck you, government. This is the I didn't like when an ex of mine surprised me with a juice cleanse. Like, how about take a minute? You were one of the bad guys too. And it's like fuck you. And Ice Cube goes, in fact, now I don't look through Amazon accounts anymore. I'm going to be watching you. The end.
But the movie started with him looking for bad guys on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
He was zoning in their facial description, like their facial features, and they were like, blah, 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 looked like a good guy, blah, 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 definitely didn't storm the Capitol, blah, 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 you
Right.
know. And then it would like go onto like trucks and stuff, and he was like bored at work in the morning, just randomly looking through people's shit. He wasn't looking at Amazon; he was looking at everyone.
I bet you in real life, Amazon is or just paid a big lawsuit of invading our privacy, checking our cookies, checking our computers. I guarantee it. And this is like a little way of saying, hey, no, government, we're watching you. No, Amazon, we're watching you. No, we're all watching the government. We'll order a thumb drive and a turkey baster in peace.
Also, I have a really boring fact about the government because, as you know, I work for the government.
Yes.
You can't go on Facebook on a government site, okay? Like, it's all, there's firewalls and shit. Like, you do that on your phone in the bathroom during your breaks, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's just like, and also, I think my favorite part was when he logged on in the morning, the first scene. He logs on with his password, government, you know? And he's like, hello, did you miss me? If you,
Oh, he talked, right. He talked to
he talks to the
the
computer
overlord. Yeah.
for no reason. And it's like, I'm sorry. If I ever came into my work with a cup of
Right.
coffee, waved to my colleagues, put in my passcode, and I went, hey, did you miss me? I get fired on the spot.
I was,
That's come on. That's kind of fucking weird.
I took up my paper to take notes and I go, ready to go get them. And then I start taking my notes. So yeah, you gotta rev yourself up.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course Amazon has tricks that we don't know about. I remember somebody was telling me like they went on a website and Amazon goes recommending period pads, and it's like I only have my period every 3 months. What the fuck? Even that's too much.
They know.
But Ice Cube's going, no, none of it. And then this happened, and when I watch a movie, I really watch it, no matter how shitty. So maybe I caught things some people didn't notice, but this is true. At the end, they show a tweet from Joe Rogan.
Is it a tweet or is it's an actual says Twitter or
I
X?
believe it's X. I believe it's X.
So it actually says X. Oh,
I don't
this
know
is
if
interesting.
it's one of them. It's Instagram, but it's clear it's that. And it says, and has pictures of the Ice Cube's family. And it says, does it? No, it has pictures of like an anonymous looking thing.
But
Like,
it's from
we
Joe
are
Rogan?
anonymous, but it says that it's from Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan supposedly writes, "Radford family heroes for privacy rights save humanity." That's the closer.
Okay, so Mark Zuckerberg.
They couldn't even get Joe Rogan to be one of the windows.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "Fuck this."
So Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, and Doge got together and were like, "Hey, let's do a movie." Grok, write the
Right.
worst movie ever. Big balls, you get the B footage. Ice-T, you busy for the next hour and 29 minutes?
Would you like more extrapolation? No, I only
I'm
have so
good.
much printer ink. We're good. I saw the movie. After that, I saw the movie Nobody 2. I don't know if you know this, but Bob
Not yet.
Odenkirk is he just wants to be a family man, but it turns out he's a ninja and he gets involved in a life of crime.
Oh, I heard about that. It actually looked really funny. Yeah.
This felt like Casablanca after
nice.
War of the Worlds. It felt pretentious.
That's the one where he's like, I'm on fucking
Right.
vacation. And he's punching a guy. Yeah, I want to see that. I don't know what I could use as a palate cleanser after
Right.
this, but I need a lot. I think I said to you, I need a Silkwood shower
Mm-hmm.
and a breath mint after watching even 20 minutes of this.
What do you think would happen if we asked AI and see AI is stupid, Chat GPT is stupid because it all comes from us
Yes.
and we're stupid.
Yes.
If you remember when Conan O'Brien would have like two celebrities, a man and a woman, and be like, we put it through our filter, here's what their baby would look like.
Right. Yes.
If we took somehow all of us online and then the computer told us our personality, what would come up?
Oh.
Do you think it'd be the poop emoji? What do you think would come up?
I don't know. That's a fantastic question. There might be a volcano in there somewhere because it's like, I don't know.
Right. Because AI, and then I use Google, of course, like
Mhm.
everybody does. And now they have this, whenever
The
you
new
look up
AI,
something, AI gives you the first answer, and people take that as fact.
right?
And it's not, and these are dumb examples, but relating to me, I had an episode called The Bitch with No Apartment, a pun
Mm.
on the bitch in apartment,
Oh
whatever it
yes, that's right. I
was.
remember you talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking, I wanted to find some show note from that. And I typed in The Bitch in No Apartment. It goes, The Bitch in No Apartment is an ABC show starring blah 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 that aired from blah blah blah. I'm like, whoa, I'm an influencer. You got fucked up fast. I typed in Keith and the Girl Divergent. I was looking for something about where I talked about neurodivergency from an episode. It comes up AI. In the context of the Divergent series, there isn't a significant character named Keith. However, the podcast Keith and the Girl has recently featured Miles Teller, who plays a prominent role in the Divergent film series. I never talked to Miles Teller. Miles Teller played
Wow.
the character, blah, 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 blah. Therefore, it seems the phrase Keith and the Girl Divergent might be a playful reference to a connection between the Keith and the Girl podcast and the Divergent series, likely through the involvement of Miles Teller. That never happened. Yes, AI is going to be a problem because we're a problem, and it mixes us up and makes it even weirder.
Yeah, I remember when it first came out, I asked ChatGPT, who is Katharine Heller? Because
Right.
what are you gonna do? Go to a therapist, right?
Right,
So-
right. Who
and
am
one of
I?
the and they went through my IMDb page and they're like, is a very famous actor, $3 million worth net worth,
Nice.
LOL. But the number one movie they named I was in as a movie that never came out
Mm,
and was super fucking shitty and like
right.
never even came out, but it happened to be on for like 2004. And I'm like, she's the star of. First, I wasn't the star of. Secondly, like that shit was whack. I lost money doing that. I didn't. Or I wasn't in the union at the time. It was like an extra role.
Okay. Now we got to see that and talk
You
about it
know,
when you're not here.
it's not out. It doesn't exist.
You know what? AI. I looked up top movies of the weekend. The top 10 movie, and this is, and I'm not going to AI. I'm going to Google. AI just pops up right away like it's fact. The top movies at the U.S. box office this week. I was looking up top movies of the weekend. According to IMDb, are Weapons, Happy U.S. box office. Weapons, which is number one. Happy Gilmore 2, The Naked Gun, War of the Worlds. These are TV shits, and they're crap, and they're not hits, and you didn't spend extra money on them. AI is just a fucking dumb fuck.
But going back to what you're saying about the reviews and things, do you think, and even this episode and even the reviews, people are going to start wanting to see this movie? And some people
Yes.
think it might be a big prank. I don't think
Yes.
it was a prank. I think it intentionally was trying to be good,
Yeah. Yeah.
but they're really happy about what's happening. That's what I think.
They're going to own it now, like the guy from The Room. When everybody started
Yes.
laughing at a serious drama, and he looks around, and then he comes out to say the goodbyes at a live audience. The first screen in real life, the first screening
Hmm.
of The Room.
Hmm.
The disaster artist does a great job of reenacting all that. But anyway, the real guy comes out and is like, "Thank you, you like my comedy."
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
own it now.
And
Ice Cube won't be embarrassed. Yeah,
no, they're gonna like laugh that way to the bank. And
right.
I mean, like I would say I feel bad for the actors in them because some of them seem like really talented, even Longoria, people like that,
Sure.
Ice-T, sure. Uh, and I know,
Cube.
yeah, and
It is
I'm,
confusing though.
and also I know all the actors in Cats, were like, yeah, it was pretty terrible. And even Andrew Lloyd Webber, who wrote the original Cats, hated the movie so much he adopted a dog. Not a joke. This is real.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, and
That's
but
funny.
even James Corbin, is that his name? The
Corden.
comedian
Yeah.
Corden. He said he never saw the movie and he doesn't care. But I'm sure he kind of deep down does a little care because if you
Bullshit.
watch them,
Especially him. Not that
because
I
if you
know the
watch the
dude,
movie, he
but
put a
come on.
lot of heart into that song. You
Yeah.
could tell he thought he was nailing it. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Right.
But yeah.
Of
But I
course
think
he
they're going to make a
saw it.
lot of
You don't have a late night daily talk show and not an ego that needs to see this major movie Cats
yeah,
that
the
you were
major Christmas
promoting.
release. Yes.
Never saw it. Oh, really? I want to talk to you about it. There's no point because I never saw it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I say if you're a listener and you want to experiment it, just get a fake Amazon Prime account for a week, and then
Right.
cancel it like immediately. And for the next hour 29, maybe take an edible or like have a cup of tea, whatever calms you down or makes you enjoy something,
Right.
and tell us we were wrong if you liked it
Right.
or don't. I don't care.
Catherine Heller, you're the best. That's the end of the show. Thank you so much. Can you fucking imagine, Catherine?
Yes.
Can you fucking imagine? Of course, we got to talk Oasis. Get out of
Oh,
town.
I wasn't sure. I knew we have an hour, so
We got all day
Sorry, I
if
got
we
to go
don't
shoot
get
an
to
Amazon
Oasis.
movie. Oh wait, we're
Right.
actually shooting it right now. We
Yeah,
can
we're
do both.
done
It's
with that
fine.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's and print. So when did you just got back
Just got
from
back. Yes.
Scotland?
Scotland.
Yes, very nice. Have you been there before?
Yes, I have. This is my fourth time. First
Oh,
time I was in college and I was studying out in London and I took a week and I fell in love with the city immediately. It is so, everyone there is such good energy. It feels very kind and everyone was really loving and wonderful. Second time was for a wedding in Glasgow and then I spent the rest of the time in Edinburgh.
okay.
Third time I was performing at the Fringe Festival, which, if you don't know, every summer, and it's huge, thousands of performers from all over the world come and converge on Edinburgh, and there's show after show
Right.
after show. And so after seeing Oasis, I was also able to see all my friends' Fringe Festival shows, especially Katie Hartman and David Carl. They wrote a show called David and Katie Get Remarried. They're from New York.
Okay.
I went to the show three times, and I brought my Scottish friends, and they fucking loved it.
A lot of pressure, right?
I know, but it was so good and it was so
Good.
fun to not perform because when you're at the Fringe, you have to give out flyers when you're not performing.
Right.
You never know who you're going to get in the audience, if you're going to get heckled at, drunk people. It's you're
Sure.
performing for people who are not your regular
Right.
audience. Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been there, but
I
it's
understand what it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then I just saw some great comedy and wonderful, beautiful shows. And I have to say, one thing that I kind of wanted to relay is that I was a little nervous, whenever you go to other countries and people are like, obviously dunking on America for a lot of reasons. Everyone in the UK were so nice because they're also dealing with their share of political issues. And I got nothing but hugs and like, we love Americans and we just feel
Are they
really bad
almost,
for you.
they do feel bad, right? Like,
Yeah.
are they like, I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. Honestly, it was they're like, we're really sorry that you're all going through this and we just got to keep up the fight. And it felt like a really group of people who were just human beings who just showed up to a place where they wanted to enjoy love and celebration. The
How do
only
you make
problem,
it? Is it because it's like Oasis and you're at festivals that people know you're probably liberal and on the side of good, or is there a way? Do you have to make it clear, like
nobody
somehow
asked
with a
me.
cough?
Nobody asked me.
Okay.
People assumed I was from London, which always happens because I have very dark hair, and I think they think all Americans are blonde. And this is not a joke. This
Okay.
happens a lot when I go other places. But then
No one
I
knows where I'm coming
yeah,
from.
and they were like already giving me hugs and being like, "Oh, you seem so nice," and this and that. And I was like, "Oh, I'm from New York." They were like, "Ah, even better. We love you." So it was like
Okay.
I didn't have to say anything. I think just the energy of you came to this show. You came to these fringe festival shows. You
Right.
must enjoy art and be a nice person. Like no one asked me
Right.
my political leanings or who I voted for. They just
It,
assumed I was a good person,
that
which is
is
fair.
true. I'm thinking about my conservative hometown, and not one
Hmm.
piece of art is up. Like a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
graffiti would have woke those people up.
I know, seriously. No, the only bad thing was that the Fringe Festival, it's an entire month, and I'm not exaggerating when I say people from all over the world, thousands of acts constantly,
Right.
constantly. When you get that amount of people densely in this awesome city, and then Oasis decides to pop off, it was like mayhem in the streets, but in
Mm,
a good way. But like you couldn't get anywhere and had to plan twice ahead if you needed to walk somewhere or get a car
right.
if you really needed a car. Like, but it was nobody cared. No one was like stuck in traffic honking. Everyone's like, it is what it is. Like people
Right.
were just on the streets loving life. And I think that I definitely, personally, after going through a pandemic and all the crap we all like, I needed to be around just a group of people who were just nice. And then I stayed in an Airbnb, and one of the times I had three different places I was staying at. They had a dog named Indigo, and they were like, "Oh, Indigo's real friendly. She might want to sleep in your bed." And I was like, "Yes, please." So then I took
Oh my
one
God.
entire day off. The Sunday after Oasis and after seeing shows, I took an entire day off in this gorgeous Airbnb with the dog in my lap. And it was so lovely. So make
Did,
your own vacation, make it what you are. If you need time to recharge, which I did, lovely people, amazing time.
did you find yourself thinking like maybe I'll move here for real?
Absolutely, I
Yeah.
would. I do have a French passport, but I wouldn't be able to use it there because it's, Brexit.
Right,
But
but you can get shit done maybe.
I 1,000% would move out there if I could. There's a bunch of cities I wouldn't mind spending more time in.
What
Yeah.
did the big time difference, so I only got a little information from you, but
Mhm.
what did you mean when you told me you don't wear the wrong uniform or that you did?
Oh, huge Oasis pro tip. Okay. I was of the mindset where you don't wear the t-shirt of the band to
Because
the show.
I wore the Kanye t-shirt to the Taylor Swift concert, and I mean the
Right.
new t-shirt.
That was awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you were they took you out of the audience. No, so I was planning on maybe buying a t-shirt when I was there, this and that. And instead, I show up looking cute, whatever. My friend wore a kilt because he is from Edinburgh, like he's straight up like family
Okay.
kilt, and he's like, "This is what I'm wearing tonight." But I'd say 75 to 80% of the audience was wearing, men and women, same thing, the Oasis shirt and the Liam Gallagher bucket hat. Do you know what a bucket hat is?
Yeah,
Like
like
a
the
fisherman's
Gilligan
hat
hat.
almost.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, the Gilligan hat.
yeah.
And we were getting ready to go to concert, and I realized I'm looking at the street, and it's just packed with people. And I was staying very near the stadium the first 2 nights because I knew I'd have to walk home, and my friend was staying right down the street from me. So we walked mostly, then we took a bus part of the time, but and they had public buses that were for free, or we could just because the city planned out this is going to happen.
Okay.
But everybody was wearing the Oasis shirt and the bucket hat. I felt like the girl who showed up to the first day of high school. I didn't get the memo about the skinny jeans and lip gloss or whatever the
Right.
90s were all about. And I felt almost embarrassed. I was like, oh shit. And my friend turns to me and he's like, Catherine, it's the merch table's right there. It's not too late if you want to change. And I was like, yeah, I'm not. And he's like, yeah, but if you want to. And he was like
Right.
suggesting I change. But not everyone was wearing the same thing, but mostly they were. Yes.
Did you buy merch? That had to be pricey.
Well, wait for it. So I was like, oh, maybe I'll get some later, like online on their store. They are being so precise about you can't get StubHub tickets. You have to buy through Ticketmaster. We don't want to price gouge. After the Taylor Swift fiasco in Edinburgh last year, where people were spending $4,000 or $5,000 and
Mm.
nobody could actually go, there was a lawsuit, all these things.
Right.
Ticketmaster shut it down, and Oasis was like, "Fuck this noise. Only true fans are going." So I couldn't find any Oasis merch in the airport. I couldn't find any online, but I'm also on their listserv, and they said, "Hey, the pop-up store before we come to New York, because they know I'm from New York." They were like, "We have a pop-up store. You have to make a reservation to go to the pop-up store that's only open these dates right before the concert to get your Oasis outfit." So I
Mm.
made a reservation for August 25th for a pop-up store in Soho for half an hour to buy a bucket hat and a shirt. Am I going again? I don't know. Do I want that in my life? I fucking made a reservation. This has been the most organized, well planned out
Right.
event. And they were emailing us ahead of time. Hey, if you're coming from the States, let us know where you're staying. We're organizing these buses. Don't use car services because they're going to be super busy. It was the best organized, most loving, greatest. So no, you cannot buy merch online. And if you do, it's not official.
Did you well yeah, you gotta be official. Those unofficials do wash off fast for real.
No, they do.
Did you look at the merch store? Did you know
Yeah,
in person the prices?
yeah, no, I actually, well, I could see it from my seat,
Okay.
because I was right in the middle of the standing room pit, which we were right on the edge of because I got
Okay.
really good tickets, but I wanted the option to sit in between bands, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they were offering people go on in, and also if you happen to stay during, whatever, you can get close to the stage. So a lot of people just went on in, but to me, I was like, oh, I'll just get stuff afterwards. But
Right. Do
I
you know
didn't.
how much a t-shirt was, for
So I
example?
went online and I found out about the pop-up store. It's about 30 pounds, which is about $45 for a shirt. So
But
it's not,
in person's always more, right?
I don't know. Well, I'm going to be getting my merch in person because I had to make an appointment
No,
to
no,
show
I
up at the
mean in
store.
person at the venue.
I'm guessing it's around the same. They're being really good about keeping
Yeah,
prices
okay.
where
Not in
people could
my
actually afford
experience.
it.
Because
No, no,
I like
yeah.
buying it there, but I know they're fucking me there.
No, they've been really clear that
Okay.
they want people who can afford to see them.
Okay.
And I
That's
like that
great.
about them. Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
The do Are men more flirty? Do you notice a difference between, or maybe you just live in New York, so you don't even know when it's happening all the time, and who cares? But now in a new country, you notice it more, or what happened?
I got flirted with by completely equal. I did
Okay.
get kissed on the lips by a 20-year-old, which isn't the first time that's happened when I was in Edinburgh.
Okay.
Just it's nice to meet you. I thought he was going in for the double French
Right.
thing. No, he was a single, no French thing.
You
And
ever
he was
do
like,
this? Like somebody, they go to kiss you on the lips, one of these weirdos that kisses hello, and then you kind of move your mouth because you're not expecting that,
right.
and then you realize what's going on. You're like, it's kind of strange because you can't go, oh, I didn't realize what you're doing. Let's try again.
Yeah, no, it wasn't romantical because he's like,
Right.
I love you and it's so great to meet you and it's okay, I'm gay. And he grabbed my face and kissed me on the mouth. And then he tried to kiss my male friend. And I was like, people were just having the best time. It was like an orgy, but like consensually and no sex.
Yeah, I
Oh,
had you.
an orgy of emotions.
I did visit Scotland for a minute because I visited Ireland a couple times
Mhm.
with Kat. How did you like the food?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
The
Right?
only thing I'll say about
It's a little
Scotland,
rough. It's a little rough.
it's just not. They have a
Flavorful.
yeah, they have a large array of options and a lot of vegan options. And I was like, oh, good. And I'm not vegan anymore. Like I still like it mostly, but like I still will eat meat. Like I was looking forward to fish and chips, but everything is so greasy. And apparently
Yeah.
stuff in the Sainsbury's, which I guess is like 7-Eleven for them, it's just
Yes.
even if you get a sandwich and
It's
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 not.
prawn and bacon. It's some weird
But
sandwiches
also,
too.
it's not at the proper degrees of to keep it cool. And
Yes.
so my tummy had a bad time there.
Yeah.
So let's just say I wouldn't recommend the Scotland vacation diet, but let's just say I lost a few pounds because I couldn't I couldn't really eat more than a couple bites, and all of a sudden my butt exploded. So
They sell like fried burgers, but they'll make a
yeah.
burger with the bun and everything, and then take the whole thing in a deep fryer. Like, here's your
Oh
shit.
yeah, yeah. I thought I
Everything's
was eat.
breaded like a big, and then you bite into through the breading,
Yeah.
and there's your actual sandwich with a bun and lettuce.
Yeah, I got a very light sandwich at the Sainsbury, and I took one bite of it, and it was a grease. Like I don't know where they put it, but it was great. I mean, it was an experience. But yeah, I had to. Towards the end, I was able to eat a little bit more, and I stayed at a friend's place that I hadn't seen her in a while. We ordered food when I was staying there the last night, but I could only eat every 2 hours, but like just a little bit. And
Right.
she's like, "Are you sure you got enough to eat?" You know, being a host, like, "Oh, we had more food." And I'm like, "Trust me, I
Right.
respect your bathroom. I'm gonna eat like just a little bit here and there because
I'm curious about how you find. I don't know if it's mostly a Scottish people on your plane going there and back, but I'm curious of their etiquette. For example,
mm,
when I was with Chemda, we'd go to Israel a couple times, and I'm on this flight, and they're very pushy, and there's no lines when you go to restaurants with lines where you go up to the counter. There's no lines. You jump in. You aggressively demand your shit, or you're not getting served. When you're
mm.
on an airplane, for example, when they're done eating, they go take my tray, and the server, the stewardess,
Flight attendant, yeah.
flight attendant, excuse me, is goes, okay, we'll come through in a minute and take all next thing you know, there's a line of people with their trays because it's somehow annoying them being in front of them, it coming in the back where the flight attendants are, like, here, take this, and I'm like, these wars are never going to fucking end. I'm just curious, is there any kind of different etiquette with the Scottish people on a plane, or obviously they just sit there like normals?
Well, I think airplane etiquette in general is like some people go feral, you know, if they're scared of flying, like I
Right.
don't like it, right? And so I can understand if someone like wants to talk to a flight attendant and all these things, but at the end of the day, people have to remember these people are trained to save your life. They're the last
Right.
ones out of this airplane if God forbid anything happens. They're not your waitress. And also don't even treat your waitress like that. Do you know what I mean?
Right, sure.
Like or your busboy or anything else like that. These people are working on an airplane giving you food and they're fully trained to save your life.
If
Think
I was
about
a
it that
flight
way.
attendant and somebody said, "Could I have more coffee?" I'd be like, "Yeah, but I can't be paying attention to life saving."
Yeah, yeah. Well, luckily, in I found in Edinburgh at least, like even though the streets are packed and people are lining up for shows and all these, everyone was really nice. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Like if someone had a cane, they were like, oh, do you need to go ahead of me? Like things like that. So I
Right.
found that the culture was pretty chill out there, even though it was frenetic, like seeing shows. But I will say, Delta Airlines, and I know we're not sponsored by Delta. I was really, I'm a, nervous flyer, but I'm very well behaved because I take Xanax, as you do.
Nice.
And I met this very kind flight
They should
attendant
hand
named
those out at the front,
a
right?
1000%. Yeah. I met a nice flight attendant named Darren. He's like very like half my age. And he's like, hey, and I'm not in first class, by the way. And he's like, hey, you okay? And I was like, I'm a nervous flyer. So like, I'm just gonna,
You know what'd be
sit.
funny? If
Yeah.
you're in the middle seat of
Hmm.
three and he reaches over to you. Excuse me, just checking on you. Are you okay?
Well, he did. And
That's
so
funny.
I was on the window. There was a
Oh
two-seater on my
wow.
side, right?
You guys are fine. Anyway, you
Yes. Well, this is a funny story what happened
Londoner.
on the way back. So after I left the plane on the way to Edinburgh, he wrote me this gorgeous note. I actually have it here,
Oh
but
my goodness.
hold on a second. Where are you? Oh,
This is like
yeah.
this is like
Oh, yeah.
when Hemda would talk about hey Keith, how often do cops talk to you, say hi, or ask you for the time? I'm like, that's
So here's
interesting.
the card.
Never.
It says "Love is in the air," and then you turn it over, and he wrote me a personalized message
Oh,
saying it was so nice to meet you. And he drew a picture of a plane.
okay. And
And
it's going up and not crashing. That's good.
exactly. And then he goes, and I'll be your flight attendant for when you come back on the 13th. And then he gave me
Oh
the
my
Delta
God.
wings like I'm a child.
Wow.
And so on the way back, I saw him again. And I also wrote a very nice note to Delta. I was like, hey, your flight attendant went above and beyond to make me feel good.
Oh,
Even though,
Johnny the flirt? Yeah, he's
yeah.
fired. Thanks for letting us know. We just needed one
So
more. This is like when I was a waiter and I would sneak somebody free cake for a tip, and they go to the manager, he was great and
Mhm.
gave me free cake. Shut your fucking mouth.
No, no, no. They were so kind. And so on the way back, he sought me out. I was waiting and he's like, hey, it's Darren. I bought him a little present. I bought him a keychain with the Loch Ness Monster on it at the gift store. I was like, thanks so
Okay.
much for and then he's like, no, he's like, I'm working in first class today, but you'll be very well taken care of. Every fucking flight attendant in my area came up to me, leaned over the woman next to me, and they're like, are you Katharine Heller? We've heard so much about you.
Oh
Whatever you
my.
need, you let us know. Honestly,
I
we are
hear
so
you're
happy.
getting I hear you're getting married.
Yeah. And truly, everyone in like a radius around me thought I was must be famous because then a
Right.
second flight attendant's like, "Hi, my name is Angelica, and if you need anything, Catherine, you just and
Wow.
ignored the woman next to me." And I turned to her
Right.
and I was like, "I just wrote them a good review." So, and she's like, "Oh no, that's super nice." But then midway through flight, he hands me this napkin, and the napkin, I'm holding it up to the screen, but the napkin says, we're expecting some bumps in 2 hours incoming to New York City, and then just passed it to me and then walked away because we had
Th-
turbulence.
that means turbulence. He's telling you meet me in the bathroom. There's gonna be some bumps on the way. Hello, where are
No,
you?
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a flirt thing. He was just being really kind.
Okay, it never happened to me.
And
Okay.
anyway, meet my new non-boyfriend, live in person, Darren. Darren, come on out.
Do you follow him on Instagram or something? For
No,
real?
no, mm-mm,
Okay. All right.
no.
Okay. All
We
right.
just met, yeah. But apparently he lives in Brooklyn, so we were chatting. So maybe it's like, oh, yeah. But
Okay.
everyone thought I was famous for a hot second, and I'm like, I'll take it. And then the Xanax kicked in, and I started watching. What did I start watching? I don't know, Clueless or something, and I fell asleep.
Have you masturbated to him since?
No, no, he's way young. Like he's
Okay.
young, like
Okay.
20-ish. Like I don't find that attractive.
Leonardo DiCaprio is like, what?
Yes, Leo would find him very attractive. Yes,
How emotionally, how old do you feel is the thing?
that's a great question.
Nobody ever says older. 80, honestly.
I guess maybe. I think I feel like my age, actually. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the right
yeah,
answer. Yeah,
I
good
do.
for you.
What about you?
49,
That in year 50.
51.
Oh,
Yeah.
so if you hit,
Yeah.
wait, how old is listener
That,
Liz?
that's I never asked and it's too late now.
Yeah,
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 so we're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
fucking
This is
but
gonna get weird.
yeah,
But you
so
just assumed because you're like, hey, if you have a kid, you're old enough to,
I
you
have to
know.
assume, you know what they say. Something about grass on the field. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, things are working out still. I'm loving it here in Charlotte. I'm loving her. I'm capital, baby. You know what I mean? Capital.
Does Delta go to Charlotte?
Does Delta go to Charlotte? I don't know. I was a Spirit guy. In fact, Spirit is now saying that they're probably going to go out of business, and it's because I'm not flying anymore.
Oh, well, if
Yeah.
Delta goes to Charlotte, I'll visit you. And even if they
Oh, I
don't.
did. I did take Delta once, and they're all the same shitty service. My Delta service was the same as my Spirit service,
Oh,
and it
really?
was
Well,
only more expensive.
guess you're not me.
I guess I don't have fucking dark brunette hair from London, so I guess I'm not you. Follow Katharine Heller online. Let them know what to do, Katharine, and tell them what's doing right now.
Yeah, I'm at SPK Heller on Instagram and Blue Sky. I don't really go on the socials that much anymore, but if you want to DM me, you can. It's all
Yeah.
good. And I say,
Hey.
"Hey, hi, how's it going?" And I highly recommend if you're at the Fringe Festival or near, definitely see David and Katie get married, remarried, sorry.
Okay.
And they're also New York comedians, so they'll probably bring the show back here.
Excellent. Anything else the audience should know? Anything on Liam or what's the other guy's name?
Okay. Oh, Noel.
Noel and Liam, right?
Yes, all I'm going to say is if you're coming to see them in the States and you have any
Tell them I said
questions,
hi. I had good
no, for
seats.
sure. Have a wonderful, blessed time and just get yourself the Oasis costume. Trust me, you don't want to not wear that to the concert.
What did you wear again?
I just wore actually this is the same shirt and shorts.
Okay, like a tank top kind
A
of.
tank top and shorts, and it was really
Okay.
nice out. And yeah, I didn't think much of it. So
Did you feel like people were looking at you like Mean Girls or something?
not at all.
Okay.
I was getting hugs from
All
everyone.
right.
Hashtag yes all genders, yes all ages. Like it was a room full of love, and I didn't feel like I had to put baby oil on.
Right. Look. Oh my goodness. Look at her. That's the name he changed this to. Love. Yeah. Um, they see you like dressed without an Oasis t-shirt. And like, look at her. How brave.
No,
Like
everyone
she's
was
from
everyone was
London.
just really yeah. Let them think that.
Right. I heard about her on the flight. Yeah.
Yeah, just don't wear a MAGA hat. How about that? If you
Right.
don't
You'll
feel like
fit it.
that's the
Can
one
you
thing.
imagine you're at like a Taylor Swift concert, Oasis concert, you look over, there's a big stupid red hat. Oh, those red fucking hats. First of all, they're so goddamn ugly with that
They're
font.
so
Honestly, no matter what side you're on, those are ugly fucking
those are
hats.
objectively ugly
Eh,
hats. Yeah.
and I feel worse for Fred Durst, poor guy. Catherine, you're an angel. Thank you so much for your time. It's good seeing you.
Thank you so much for having me. Good to see you too.
Welcome back.
Thank you.